Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Who is Raphael Leraux, your resident rapping VTuber here. And right now, we are about to be checking out episode 3 of Nightmare Time by Team Starkid. Now, I have thoroughly been enjoying the first 2 episodes of Nightmare Time. The first episode, especially the second half with Bill's story, was so entertaining and just captivating. Episode 2 was completely mind blowing, so I'm genuinely just really excited to see what more we have in store. I know somebody told me that this was going to be another lore dense episode towards the back half, so I am extremely excited about that. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into episode 3 of Nightmare Time. I still say this is the most unskippable intro sequence. It's so fire. I gotta try not to dance so much because my motion capture could not keep up with me last time. This is so catchy too. You know, I'm just noticing that it looks like I want to say Paul just because he looks like he's in character as Paul, but it looks like the background for him is the same as in the guy who didn't like musicals. I just kind of clocked that right now. Yeah, see, like it's very reminiscent of the background in it. That's kind of a dope little touch. Time is gonna get to take every precaution, babe. Get out the caution tape, 'cause the timer is ticking down. Do you even understand the danger that you are in? You're standing on shaky ground. A victimless crime, a victimless crime. I'm in your head and your back. Nothing that you do about it. It's all by design, all by design. Right behind you. Where'd he go? You can run, but I'll be fast enough. You can hide, but I will find you. Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you. The trail of tears that you will leave me will lead me straight to those who fear me. You can't run if I don't catch you. My nightmare time is gonna get you. Run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. You can't run if I don't catch you. The nightmare time already caught you. So dope. Y'all gonna have to hear me praising that song every single episode. Jane's a Car is such an interesting title. It's really giving me nowhere as far as guessing what's gonna happen. His voice sounds really good on this type of track. Definitely has heavy dad rock vibes, and I'm living for it right now. Ooh, nice.
Oh, this is such a good chorus too. Like it really has just such a classic feel to it. I love the songwriting in this too. Like it genuinely feels like a classic rock track that you would have heard. I love the cooler with drill press on the back. And of course, it wouldn't fit in the sedan. That's such a great visual gag. But yeah, this has such a classic feel to it. Like this definitely reminds me of songs that I heard when I was growing up on the radio. I like that line. That was a really good wordplay. This is so catchy. I like the mask too. Okay, so we're very clearly following, what was it, Tom? Very clearly following Tom in this episode. The way that he is touching the car and looking at the car and slowly undressing in front of the car is definitely giving me like car lover, but not in the enthusiast way. This feels very sexually charged. Digging the Eagles. You can definitely see the inspiration. Yeah, this is. I mean, it was already very, sexually charged as a song, but this is starting to feel a lot less like a metaphor and a lot more literal. And honestly, when it comes to Hatchetfield, I really wouldn't put it past them to have a story about a guy trying to bang a car. So let's see what we're in for.
In the garage of a small auto repair shop in the tiny town of Hatchetfield, Lex Foster sits in the driver's seat of a parked 1986
Hey,
Box
we
Body
getting
Mustang.
back with Lex. That's
Bobs her
dope.
head along to some smooth
She's
tune
such a
that
great
plays
character.
on the car's radio. That is, until the song cuts out and the tape deck rolls.
And that is when I came into possession of the strange black book.
What the hell? Lex tries to switch it back to the radio, but the knob seems busted.
That's hella
Tape
ominous.
continues.
Within its pages, burial rites, spells, incantations.
Lex whacks the stereo. The tape cuts in and out.
To worship these lords in black.
Come on.
Oh, all right. So we just jump right into it.
Tanoi Caraxes.
As Lex kicks the center console, her boyfriend, Ethan Green, leans in through the open car window.
Hey, don't hit it like that.
Nibble and Ephim and Wigog Urath.
Ethan swiftly thumps the radio.
Okay, so there's another
once,
one.
just
There's
so.
one I don't think we met before,
The tape
which is
stops,
the
and the smooth
Nibble and Ephim, which is such a
blows
dope
from the
name.
speakers once more.
So we're gonna meet another Lord in Black.
Pleased with himself, Ethan wipes his oily hands
I
on his
love
oily
the names of the
coveralls
Lords in Black
and
too. They're
returns to
such
his work under the car's hood.
Lovecraftian sounding
Rebuild
names.
this junkie. Why didn't you just give it a stereo?
Because Mr. Houston don't want no new stereo. He wants the car just how it was before the correction. That includes that janky ass tape deck.
This is Mr. Houston's car?
Yeah. And with all that money this guy sunk into tracking down these old parts, he could have bought a new Mustang.
So he's rebuilding the one that. Yeah, I was about to say he's rebuilding the one that his wife died in the crash.
Something like that. He'd
That-
be happy at making a
I mean, I
Mazda.
suppose it makes sense.
Maybe he doesn't want to be happy. Maybe he doesn't want to forget
Yeah.
Well, if it were me, this thing would be in the dump. When shit happens, you move on. Beating yourself up won't bring anyone back. You hear 1 minute go. That's why you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I know my brother
right,
wanted
some
to
gas.
keep his bike after,
As Ethan
you know, he
leans on the front of
wrecked
the
and
Mustang, looking down at the engine, Lex
and ended
presses
up in a
her foot on the
coma
gas
and
pedal,
lost a
only
leg.
to
He
find
still
the car
wanted his
somehow
bike. I think he still has his
into
helmet.
drive.
So I mean, it makes
The
sense
Fox
that
body jerks forward, pushing
that
Ethan back.
he would
He
want
slams
the
into the
car
workbench and watches like a deer in headlights
kind of
as the car
memorializing
comes
his wife
closing
like that.
in.
No! No!
Just before Ethan is crushed, Lex slams on the brake. Screech! The Mustang stops an inch from Ethan's face. It sits there, engine purring, as he leaps to his feet and pulls open the driver's door.
Out.
I'm so sorry, Ethan. I swear I was in park.
Lex climbs out of the car and Ethan
Oh,
points to the
I
left,
see
but
what we're doing.
Look at this, Lex. You looking? This is a P. This is a D. You see the difference? You see how the P has a little...
I understand
coming
you
out?
almost died, but don't
That's
be a
how you
dick,
know
Ethan.
it's not.
He sees Lex's
I see what we're
visibly
doing
upset,
though.
softens.
Christine. It's gonna be a Christine.
I'm sorry.
Because
I
we're
didn't
already
mean to
starting
yell.
with the car that she died in.
I could have died.
Weird, ominous shit in the tape deck. And
Buries her face into
I'm
his
pretty
chest.
sure the car just moved on its own.
Back at the
Because she
Fox
had it in
body
park.
Mustang.
And it tried to kill him. We doing Christine and I'm here for it. That is absolutely one of my favorite Stephen King stories. I can't wait to see their take on it.
Across town at Pizza Pete's Family Fun Zone, Tom Houston's knee nervously bounces under the table.
You're shaking, Dad.
What are you talking about?
Tom sits in a booth across from his 10-year-old son, Tim. Around them, birthday parties rage and pinball machines clatter. Tom is anxious, and Tim can tell.
You wanna switch sides so you don't have to look at the big kid games?
Tim giving
Hey,
big
I'm not shaking,
Link
all right?
vibes right now.
Tom glances behind Tim at a row of violent arcade games, including one called Roadkill. He watches two pixelated cars plow into each other. He winces, remembering Crash, Bang.
You know what? Yeah.
Not
Let's
cool
switch
with the
sides, huh?
reference.
They
Dick
switch.
move.
This
Don't bring me
news
back to that
Tom's got a
emotional
clear
moment.
view of the entrance. He watches it like a
No,
hawk.
I actually appreciate
Tim, I just want
the
you to
nod
back
to
my
his
friend.
song.
You mean your girlfriend?
No. She's a girl. But we're old friends.
But you are intimate.
Intimate. Do you know what that means?
It's what Uncle Paul says.
Yeah,
We're getting all
Uncle
the
Paul's a
callbacks
geek who needs to keep his mouth
Right
shut.
off the bat.
All right. He's here.
Yeah, we're getting
Through the front
real
door,
heavy Black Friday
Becky
callbacks, and
Barnes.
I'm loving it.
She scans the restaurant, spots Tom, and waves.
The musical cues. Y'all are not playing fair
That's
right now.
Becky Barnes?
Yeah. What?
Nothing. I'm just proud of you, Dad.
I love that.
Becky
That's so
makes
cute.
her way to the booth, throwing her jacket next to Tom and pecking his cheek.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Bridget had her operation today, and the parking here is just bananas. Hi, Tim. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm at Pizza Pete's with two Houston boys. I'm the luckiest lady in the whole town.
With Becky in the booth,
I
the
love
obnoxious teenage waiter rushes
Tom and
to
Becky's
Tim.
whole dynamic. They are so
Hey, little man. You
good
ready
at
to
playing
order now
off
that
of
your
one
mom's
another.
here?
She's not my mom. My dad's just into
I love
her.
how
Tom
it's
freezes,
just the same
blushes.
teenager at every job.
Tim grabs
Like-
Becky's arm.
You want to play Zombie House?
Sure.
Like if
it's
there
not
is a
serious.
shitty job in town, the
The 10-year-old
teenager
pulls
is
Becky out of
working
the
it.
booth, over to the big kid
Reminds
games,
me of
leaving
Uncle
Tom
Ruckus on the Boondocks.
Yeah, can we just get
Just
a
working
large
every single
cheesy
job in town.
and a pitcher of Coke, please?
Whoa, okay. Slow down, sir. Large, cheesy, peas, and a pitcher of what?
Coke.
Tom turns to him and Becky standing at Tim's favorite machine, orange toy guns in their hands. On the screen, a horde of zombies bite and claw.
Quick, shoot him!
Shoot him? What if I want to help him?
Come on, you're gonna die!
Honestly, that's
Smirk creeps
me
into the
playing any
corner of
game with my
Tom's
daughter.
mouth.
Every
Tim
time
hasn't
the
had this
monster's
much
about
fun
to
in
get us, I'm sitting here just like,
defense.
oh, who's this friend?
Crash! Bang! Becky's video game character is ripped apart by a wave of the undead.
Oh, they got me. Not very good, am I?
Just continue.
Okay, but I'm really gonna need your help.
That reminds me of playing
Tim
Poppy
is
Playtime
asleep
with my
on
daughter.
the couch between Becky and
Get an
Tom,
attack and
as
just
some
sitting here like,
terrible
oh,
movie plays on the TV.
why are we running? He's just a little guy.
Listen to me, Chris Kringle. No one says no to Jacqueline Frost.
Ah, great.
And we're getting the
comes
movie
another
too.
song.
Yes, we're getting all the
I got a
callbacks.
cold heart, and I don't like Christmas dinner.
Becky motions to Tim's head resting on her shoulder.
Looks like the movie put Tim to sleep.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
It's awful.
I'll take him upstairs.
Tom tucks Tim into his bed, kisses his forehead, and starts for the door. He stops when Tim props himself up, half awake.
Is Becky still here?
Yeah, but she's right about to go home.
She doesn't have to.
Get some sleep, bud.
Get Tim being a W wingman.
Back in the living room, Tom finds Becky curled up on the couch, trying to make sense of the movie.
Okay, Jacqueline is Jack Frost's teenage daughter, but Chris is just regular Santa in disguise. Wouldn't it be better if Chris was Santa's teenage son? Then it wouldn't be so weird when he starts dating Noelle. I know she's 18, but still, I don't like it.
Yeah, but then it would
very
be
valid
son of
points.
Santa goes to high school, and that's like a totally different movie, Beck.
You're right.
So you want to call it a night?
We could. Or I could stay.
If you stay, you'll be here when Tim wakes up, and he'll start thinking of you in a certain way. I don't know if, I don't want to put that on you if you're not ready.
Tom, I was with my ex-husband for 15 miserable years. If that time with him taught me anything, it's that I don't want to waste one more second being unhappy. I want to be here when Tim wakes up. Every time he wakes up.
This is so beautiful, man.
Do you want me here?
She touches his face, searches his eyes.
Do you, Tom? Do you want me here?
Becky Barnes, I want you right here.
Oh, Tom.
They embrace. Between passionate kisses, Becky asks,
Should we turn off the movie?
Nuh-uh. Let it play.
Tom and Becky fall onto the couch and make love to the sounds of Santa Claus is going to high school. All is right with the world.
I love that them just having
A few
sex
days
while
later,
that movie plays in the
early
background
morning,
seems to just be a
Tom
canon
stands
event
in Tiny
in
Dean's
every
body,
universe.
looking down at his fully restored 1986 Fox Body Mustang.
There she is, just like new. Well, as new as a 33-year-old car can be. Hey, Tom. You all right?
Huh? Yeah. I'm sorry. She's just so beautiful. I'm sorry she took up so much space in your garage for, what,
3.5.
has it been that long?
Tom's eyes glaze over as he turns back to the car. The car he had since high school, where he last saw Jane.
Listen, Tom. A buddy of mine is a collector of vintage automobiles. He'd give you a good price if you don't want to. Take care of her.
No. She belongs with me. That car meant a lot to Jane, and,
Hey, pal. It's alright. I can't imagine losing someone like that. If anything happened to my boy Ethan, I don't know what I'd do. Look, why don't you come inside and,
thanks, Tony. I'll see you around.
Tom climbs into the car and revs the engine.
now, Tom.
He waves.
That has
as
got to
Tom
be
speeds
so
off.
difficult. Just getting back
Not long
in
after,
it. Like the
Tom
wave of
sits
emotion
behind the
that's got to
wheel
be
with
rushing
Tim
through
in the
him.
passenger seat.
Just
Town
sitting in the
outside
car.
roars by as they roar through the streets, en route to drop Tim off at school. Tom glances over to find his gun.
Yeah, it's got to be
staring
tough for
blankly
Tim
out the
too,
window.
being in that car again.
Last time Tim rode in this car, things did not end well.
You okay?
Yeah.
We got the car back. 1986 Fox Body Mustang. She's a classic. You know, in a few years, if you're really good, this could be your car. What do you think of that?
I don't know.
Tim goes back to staring blankly as they pull up to Hatcherfield Elementary.
All right. Have a good day at school, huh? I'll pick you up at 4.
I think I'll just take the bus.
Okay.
Tim hops out and heads for the entrance. Tom's about to leave when beep. The car horn honks itself. Tim runs back, grabbing a paper sack from the back seat.
Forgot my lunch. Thanks, Dad.
Tim's off again, leaving Tom to scratch his head. Did he see Tim's
Yep,
lunch and honk the
it-
horn?
It definitely is a Christine. At least,
Tom
I
stops
hope
at
I'm
a red
remembering the
light
name of that.
as a
I'm
corny
pretty
old
sure it is
pop
Christine.
tune comes on the radio. He smiles.
Ah, Jane, love this song. I, on the other hand,
Tom turns the dial to the classic rock station. That's more like it. The light turns green, just as the stereo switches itself back to Jane's pop song.
huh? It's funny.
That, yeah, the title just hit me.
The
Jane's a
garage
car.
door clanks open, and Tom pulls the
It
Mustang
just,
into
it
its
just
old
connected
focus.
when he mentioned her
He
name.
turns off the engine and sits there for a moment. He runs his fingers down the side of the steering wheel fondly.
They really just spoon fed us the
I
whole
missed you.
premise, and
He
I
turns
didn't
to the
catch it.
passenger seat, this time, not talking to the car.
I miss you.
He chokes down the lump in his throat and starts into the house.
You know, if this car wasn't
He
possessed,
shuts the garage
this would be
door and
so
turns out the light.
cathartic for him to
Yes.
finally get that closure to be able to say that to her.
I miss you too.
But yeah, it's possessed. So
He whirls around,
he's not getting
But there's
closure.
no one
He's
there.
probably going to get killed.
just the clutter and the cobwebs.
Oh man, I'm worried for him now.
The next day, Tom tears through the
Oh
selection
damn,
of
she's
local
about to find out
brochures.
about Becky.
Worried he might be hearing things, he's just
Yeah, I'm
looking for
scared.
a few basic answers. He's flipping through pages.
I
when he's
love the
interrupted
two of
by a
them.
bright,
I'm so scared
smiling
about what's about to happen to them now.
Hey, stranger. Fancy meeting you here.
Ah, hey, Beck.
I was just picking up some books for the kids at the hospital. Ours are getting a little ratty. What you reading?
No, nothing. Just nothing.
Neurology for dummies. You're not a dummy, Tom.
Yeah, I know. I've just been doing a little bit of research. I'm wondering how exactly flashbacks work. You know, if a familiar place or a thing or a car could trigger auditory hallucinations. I mean, Shane's a psychiatrist. I could ask her. I mean, I wish I could ask her.
You're thinking about Jane? Is this because of the other night?
No, it's, just a passing thought. Book is really hard to understand. It's certainly not for dummies.
All right.
He is trying so
Well, I don't know what your
hard.
plans are tonight, but and Tim are up for
That
it.
is
I was
actually
thinking about
kind of
having
hard
over
to
after work.
watch because you could tell
Get
he's
some takeout,
freaking out.
Play a few board games.
Tonight's no good, Beck. I just got the Mustang back. So.
He points to the car parked outside the front window.
Oh, I remember the Mustang. It's the same one from high school, right? I love that back seat again.
Beck, there are people around.
Sorry, was I being crude?
Yeah, a little. Anyway, we got 2 cars now, so I gotta clean out the garage so that they both fit.
Oh, I can help.
Nah, there's a bunch of shit in there, Becky. You don't want to go through all that shit.
Okay. Well, maybe we could do something this weekend?
And they're both trying so hard for, you know, their respective
Tom pulls
thing. Like
back
she's
into
trying
the
really
garage.
hard to
He sits behind
be
the
there
wheel,
for him and to spend time with him, and he's
cooks
trying
dinner
so
for
hard to
Tim,
cope with what he just
helps him
heard.
with his homework. He lies awake in bed for hours. He remembers Becky's face. Pizza
It
Pete's
feels like such a
in his
real
lap
representation of trauma,
that
though.
night.
Like, of course, exaggerated and, you know,
He can't go on
more
like this.
supernatural, but that
He gets out of
definitely
bed,
does feel like
looks in the
some
mirror.
situations I've had with,
Tom, what are you
you know,
doing?
remembering
What are
people
you
that have
doing?
passed.
He goes through the house.
It's that
collecting
flurry of
things.
emotions and trying to
Old
cope with it
pictures,
and act
keepsakes.
normal.
A bottle opener from the birdhouse. He puts it all into boxes and carries them into the garage. He pulls out his phone and takes a deep breath. He dials an old friend. It goes to voicemail.
Hey, Tony. Hey, it's Tom Houston. I was just thinking about what you said. Just curious how much your buddy would pay for the Mustang.
See, if this
Give me
is
a
where
call
it ended
back
and he was
whenever
able to
you
get
like.
that closure, this would be so healthy for him.
Hangs up.
But
Sigh.
I'm
starts inside.
genuinely dreading what's
Until-
about to happen because I know he's not going to get the closure. He's, yeah.
Hello? Who's there?
Have you forgotten my voice already? How many thousands of times did I whisper your name? Tom.
He realizes where the voice is coming from. The Mustang. And he knows whose voice it is.
Jane? But you're dead.
The car's headlights flash. The horn honks.
Wrong. I'm not dead, Tom. I'm a car. Surprise!
I love how casual that line sounds. Just, I'm not dead. I'm a car.
I know you startle easily. Come on, really, Tom? Sell the Mustang? Is nothing sacred to you?
This can't be happening.
I know you're shocked. So am I. I honestly can't even believe that you would consider selling the car in which I was driven to the hospital to give birth to our son.
I wasn't gonna sell the car. I was just curious what the guy was willing to pay.
It's a terrible excuse.
So, there's a price tag on all of those memories.
Okay,
On
I
life
understand
together,
she
on
is the
me.
car and doesn't want
You're
to be
just gonna
sold, but this
box
is,
me up and stick me in the garage with all the other shit.
This
I've been gone
feels
for what? A year and a half.
abusive,
And look at how much shit
very
was built up in
manipulative.
here.
How is this possible? How are you a car?
Really? You're seriously asking me that question?
I feel like that's a pretty valid question.
You don't pay attention to anything, do you? No wonder we crashed. Think, Tom. What were we listening to?
I am wondering if she was always like this, or, you know, being in a garage for a year and a half as a car kind of
We had just
warped her a
left
bit,
your
but she sounds hella
was asleep in the back seat.
verbally abusive and manipulative.
The audio diary of one of my patients. He was a professor of literature. Years ago, he had discovered some sort of spell book, and he claimed that it was the cause for his complete mental breakdown. And I was reviewing his old notes, and he recorded himself reading some sort of incantation from this book, part of a ritual of soul transference. And, well, I guess the ritual worked. Because when the car hit us,
Your soul transferred into the Mustang?
yes,
Mm.
Tom.
That's kind of
For
crazy.
better or for worse, I'm a car now. I'm not happy about it. It's been a very lonely and painful existence. All I've wanted is to get fixed and come home. And that girl called me a junk heap, and I want a new stereo.
Yeah. Whatever you want, Janie. Whatever you need. You're
I
home.
love that she took the stereo
I
comment
thought
to
I
heart.
lost you. But you're home.
Yeah,
This is a miracle,
he's about to
baby.
fall
I gotta go tell Tim.
all the way backwards.
What? Why not?
Think about it, Tom. First, Tim is told I'm dead, and now you want to tell him I'm a car? Trying to scar him for life?
I mean,
Oh, so I can't tell Tim his mom's alive?
that's a good point,
Tell
but
anyone.
yeah, oh my god, that's so much to put onto him.
There's a car? Oh, look at the
He's
sexy
gotta
car. He would put me on display in some
just
sort of
pretend his
travel
wife
auto
is
show,
still
and
dead.
I have no interest in that. Thank you very much.
And it's
Hold
just
on,
gonna
so I'm
halt
supposed
his
to
whole
keep this a
life.
secret for my whole life?
Yeah.
Calm down, Tom. I have a plan, but
It's kind
I'm
of
going to need your help. Here, get inside me. Let's go for a drive.
oh,
The
we're
sun
about to
comes
go
up
full
overhead.
Chucky with this, aren't we?
The town goes about its daily business.
Because the incantation got
Tom and
read
Jane
just like
drive
the
downtown,
what is it, the
where people
Dimbala
weave
curse,
in and out of coffee shops,
and she got
clothing stores,
transformed
offices.
into the car and got
Alright,
stuck
Tom.
as the car, just like how Charles got stuck in the Chucky doll. So they're gonna have
It's just
to
cruise.
find another soul that they can swap with,
Coming and going.
like how Chucky had to get Andy.
These women. You see him, Tom?
Yeah, because she's already. So I'm feeling like maybe.
Find any of them attractive?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I can understand why that question would
try
make him feel so awkward.
That afternoon,
Felt
Tom
like
and
a
Jane
setup
are parked
question.
by the beach near Starry
Yeah,
Cove,
so she's
watching
looking for a
people
body
sleep.
that he likes,
One woman
so she
catches
could swap.
Jane's attention.
That's gonna fuck him up because he's a good dude.
Here in the pink bikini.
He's not gonna be down for that.
What do you think of her, huh?
And she just seems very cavalier about the whole thing.
Come on, Tom. This isn't rocket science. You know, is she your type?
No?
Well, why not?
Because she's not you.
Oh,
Bullshit. Okay, sorry.
yeah.
I know you were trying to.
Was she always like this?
I'm not
Because
trying
if
to get
so, I
upset.
feel so bad for him.
Just want to know which of these women you could see yourself sleeping with.
Hey, Janie.
She is putting
can't
so
do
much
this.
onto him all at
I'm at the
once.
beach,
That's crazy.
sitting in my car, looking at all these women. I feel like a creep.
Yeah, that's very
Do you want to go to the mall
predatorish.
and look at women there?
I want to go home.
All right. I'll make this easy for you. Look at the one with the clipboard, asking for donations.
Tom surveys the boardwalk and spots the woman Jane's referring to.
You mean that Greenpeace girl?
We are getting all the callbacks here.
I find her very attractive. I like
She
her
looks like she is having a lot of trouble getting signatures.
cares about the environment. I bet she is a vegetarian. I like her. I'm feeling her whole earthy vibe. Huh? So? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty. Is that what you want from me?
So, we're in agreement. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone else you prefer over her?
No, not really.
Okay, good.
Okay, so what's your point here?
Look,
Tom looks back to the Greenpeace girl. After being ignored by passers-by for hours, she throws up her arms.
oh, she's giving up. No charity here. She's heading down the block, probably to the farmer's market. She's smart too. I like that. All right, Tom, follow her.
Oh, okay.
The engine purrs as Tom follows the Greenpeace girl into an empty street between the beach and Oakley Park.
Look, shh, lean back a little, Tom. Oh, she looked back at us. Don't worry, sweetie. Nothing to see here. I'm just a car. Rolling along, going where I need to go. I'm not following you. No! There's a million reasons I could be
She
driving
is having
this
too
slow.
much
Maybe
fun
I'm
with this.
looking for a place to park or a specific address. All right, Tom. No one's
And
looking.
he has such a crazy look in his eyes. That's
Go the
creepy.
distance.
She is completely using him right now.
Tom gives it some gas. The engine growls. Greenpeace girl turns back. Her eyes go wide and she starts to flee the approaching Mustang.
Shit. She sees us. Quick. Tom, now.
Now what?
Run her over.
What?
Hit her, Tom. She's running. Hit her, quick.
Yeah, she's straight
Before
up
she gets
evil.
away.
She's
Oh!
Tom
she
swerves.
trying to chuck you
To the
somebody.
side, narrowly missing the Greenpeace girl. He slams on the brakes as she runs for dear life. She rounds a corner. Gone.
Damn it. I hope you're happy. It took us all day to settle on her.
Why, Janie? Why did you want me to hit her?
How else am I supposed to get a new body?
What?
Think about it, Tom. Last time the spell was read, my soul went into the car. And I've queued up the tape to the transfer ritual. And since my body is gone, I need to put my soul into a new body. What? You thought we were just scoping out chicks for fun?
Jane, you're talking about killing somebody.
No. I just want to give the body and the spirit a shock. Just loosen the bond a little bit so my soul can slide in and push hers out.
Well, I don't want your
Yeah,
soul in
that's
some
killing.
body of a random woman I don't even know. But that's weird.
I'm sorry, okay. I'm sorry, Tom. I completely forgot to consider your feelings in all of this. You're right. I'll just stay a car forever. I'll drink gasoline and go in every 6 months to let some strange men change my oil.
All right.
Yeah, she is so manipulative. This had to be how she was before the accident. Like,
I mean, I have to.
not murderous,
Can it be
but
someone who deserves it? What about Linda Monroe?
the abusiveness.
Do you find her attractive?
You know what? No, let's sleep on it. It's late. I'll drive us home.
The sun goes down as they pull into the garage. Tom turns off the engine and they sit in silence. After a moment, Jane says,
I've been thinking about it, and you know where we could have looked for a body?
Where?
St. Damian's. You know, the hospital?
Why?
Isn't that where your old friend works? You know, Becky Barnes.
Yeah, see, I had a feeling that's where we were going with this.
I haven't seen her since,
Yesterday? In the bookstore?
How did you?
You two looked really friendly.
Oh, well, she's an old friend.
An old girlfriend. You know I'm not the jealous type, but
I don't believe
I've had a
that.
lot of time to think while I was being repaired. And I know you loved her a long time ago, but is there any part of you, any small part that was glad I was gone so you could be with her?
Janie, no.
I'm just hurt, and I'm scared.
She is
You
laying
made
it
me
on
car,
thick right
but you're
now.
still my wife. Now what can I do?
Oh, she is such a terrible person.
For a whole day and haven't even kissed me.
Oh,
How?
I'm sorry, Janie.
Make me feel like a woman again, Tom. Kiss me.
Where?
Everywhere.
Tom complies. He starts kissing the car everywhere he can think of.
You know, I was
Dashes
joking in the
door
beginning
handle.
when I said
Is that good?
that there was a lot of sexual tension between him and the car in his song. I
Okay.
didn't actually expect Starkid to
Or
make
soft seat cushions.
an
He's
episode
tender
about a
and
guy
attentive.
banging a car, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess
Make love to me, Tom. Make love to me.
I love how
Knock,
everybody
knock.
is
There's a
watching.
tapping at the car door. Tom quickly covers himself.
Everybody
and
is
rolls
watching
down
with
the
so much
steam-covered
glee.
window to find Tim.
Oh, hey, kiddo.
No. Oh,
Doing
poor
it,
kid.
Dad?
Oh, nothing.
He has been traumatized
Why
enough.
are the windows all foggy?
Are they?
No.
I heard you get home and you didn't come in. You okay, Dad?
Yeah, yeah.
Why is she
I
covering
feel
up?
like $1 million bucks. I really do. The two of us have been through a lot together. Been through a rough patch recently, but I think things are finally starting to turn around. Don't you think so, pal?
I guess.
Tell you what. Why don't we do something fun this weekend, huh? We'll go to a drive-in movie? As a family? How does that sound? Just the three of us?
I'd like that. I like Miss Becky.
The car's rearview mirror cracks. Tom gulps. His son just spilled the beans.
No one could ever replace Mom, but Becky's really nice. I like when she stays over. She makes really good pancakes.
Honestly, just like kids to just keep on piling it on
Why don't you,
after they say the wrong thing.
Head on in, son.
Oh, okay. Dad.
Oh, the way she is looking too, she about to kill Becky, and
I
I
hope
hate
so.
that.
We'll see.
Kind of feel like she's gonna end up killing Tom too,
Tim heads inside.
because
Tom
she's
struggles
just
to think of how
straight
he's
up
gonna get
evil
out
at
of
this
this
point. She's a terrible person.
Jane, let me explain why Tim is confused. When I said the three of us,
Shut up!
the three of us.
Shut up. I want the truth out of you, Tom. What the hell is going on between you and Becky Barnes?
Now? Ever since I found out your car, I mean, it's over with her.
What's over?
Nothing.
I'm not stupid, Tom. I'm a car. And I
I hate that this is getting me every time.
I get it. Given time, I can learn to forgive you and your infidelity.
Oh, she is so evil.
Work on my end.
It's not even
I'm sorry.
infidelity if you're dead. Like,
Jane,
So I'm gonna need you to do some work as well.
yeah, she's about
I don't
to
wanna hear
use
any
this and
whining.
hold it over
Next
him.
time I tell you
It's so messed
to run
up.
a woman over. Are we clear?
Yeah, she is the worst.
Crystal.
Put on your seatbelt.
I know I've said
Why?
this before, but it's
Where we
making me
going?
uncomfortable how
To Becky's house.
real this is.
You're gonna end this nothing that's been going on behind my back seat.
The moon hangs in the night sky.
Yeah, it's making me
A cool
so
mist
uncomfortable.
covers
I'm
the
like
ground.
shifting in my seat
The
just
Mustang's
because of how
headlights cut through the fog,
true
illuminating the
to
home of Becky
people like
Barnes.
this that this is.
Tom parks the car. The engine
Being a
rumbles.
car aside, like she is so manipulative.
Here we are.
And she is going to force him
Tom
to her
reaches to pull the
Becky.
keys from the ignition.
No. Keep me running.
Hmm.
I don't want to get cold.
But,
I mean, this shouldn't take too long, right? It was nothing after all.
right.
Tom knocks on the front door, and Becky answers. a smile spreading across her face.
Well, this is a surprise.
Hey, Beck, can we talk inside?
Sure.
She sees the Mustang running nearby.
You know your lights are on, right?
Yeah, come on, let's talk inside.
Becky leads Tom toward the kitchen.
I was just making dinner. You're more than welcome to.
Hey, come over here, away from the window. She'll see you.
He pulls her into the corner of the room. Confused, she tries to look for someone outside.
Who?
Becky, how do I put this? Do you see my car out there?
Yeah?
He's
Don't
about
look.
to come off so crazy.
My wife, Jane, is in my car.
Terrible
Oh my
phrasing.
God, Tom! You dug up your dead wife?
Yeah, that's exactly how it sounded.
Oh! What do you think, I'm crazy? My
Yeah.
wife's soul was transferred
Love
to a
that she
1986 Fox Body Mustang by some kind of evil magic.
That doesn't sound much better than digging
Tom,
your
you're
wife up,
scaring
bro.
me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you understand the severity of the situation. I'm scared too.
This is giving me
Not acting like herself. I just
Paul
spent
and
all
Emma
day
in the coffee
driving
shop
around looking at
vibes.
women, trying to find one to run over.
Tears well up in Becky's eyes. She nods, humoring him.
Oh yeah,
Yep, I
she's
can do it.
terrified.
But I might have to. She wants a body. Sooner or later, I'm gonna run somebody over. That's why you have to stay away from me, Becky. Stay far away. As of now, I've had to drive Jane everywhere, but I'm afraid that she's gonna be able to drive herself.
Just say okay and let him leave.
Cars don't drive themselves, Tom.
Because
I know. Jane, she's tricky sometimes. She just lets me do things that she could probably do better
yeah,
herself.
she's too kind.
Thinks
She's
it
gonna
helps my
want to help him,
self-esteem.
and
Just drives me
she needs to
crazy.
just let him get far away
Tom.
from her.
Becky, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put you through this. I love you. I always have, and I always will. But I'm married to that car out there, and I gotta go.
Tom heads for the door. Becky tries to stop him.
Tom, I don't think you should be driving anywhere.
Yeah, I
think you
can
need some help.
totally understand that.
Let me call my friend
It
at the hospital.
legitimately sounds
Goodbye,
like he
Becky.
just had a full
He
mental
leaves.
break.
Slamming the door behind him. Back in the car, Tom exhales.
There. It's done.
Good job, Tom. Thank you.
Now let's go home.
He tries to shift
Yeah,
into
she's not
reverse.
about to let that
The lever
happen.
won't budge.
She finally got him to take her to Becky.
Jane, what are you doing?
That's not the only reason we came here, Tom.
Yeah,
You see, I understand you loved me and her. You're a man, torn between two women, and that's torture. I'm going to end that pain, Tom, for both of us.
yeah, she is so
Beep.
evil.
The horn honks on its own accord, drawing Becky out from inside the house. She looks toward the Mustang and starts for it.
Tom? Tom, please don't go anywhere.
See? You don't have to choose. You can have us both. My soul in her body.
Janie, don't do this.
The engine roars. The tape deck switches on. From the car speakers, the audio diary of Jane's former patient starts to blare.
I will now read from the ritual of soul transference.
I always wondered what I'd look like as a redhead.
Oh, she is enjoying it way too much, man. At this point, she ain't gonna stop killing after she gets a human body, because she is just loving it, and she's enjoying stalking. Like she was enjoying stalking the Greenpeace girl, she is really enjoying stalking Becky. Though that could be partly because of the jealousy, but she's too into this. She's
Stop it!
just a straight up serial killer at this point.
But no matter how
Just
hard he tries,
waiting.
the Mustang keeps course, careening towards Becky.
Somebody help me!
The car goes off-road, following her into the forest. In desperation, Becky considers climbing a tree, but no, not after what happened last time. She keeps running. Behind her, the car bangs and bounces, thundering over rocks and underbrush. Inside, the tape continues.
Did we hear what happened last time she climbed the tree? Because that sounded like something I should have known. Did I just forget? Y'all gonna have to help me out with that, because I might have just forgotten something. There's been so much info.
The Mustang plows into Becky.
No.
She tumbles over it, slamming
Shit.
on the hood, then the roof, then the dirt, as the car continues flying forward, directly into a tree. Crash! Bang! Darkness.
Not cool.
Silence.
I hate that they brought that back again, and the way that they brought it back.
Miss Barnes? Miss Barnes, can you hear me?
That just hurt my heart.
Becky's eyes.
He ain't make it either, did he?
She's in a white room.
Yeah, she just
On a
slammed him
clean
into
bed.
the tree.
Looking
She
up at a
got rid of
police
both of
officer.
them.
Beside her, a heart monitor beeps. She's banged and stitched, but all right.
Tom. Where's Tom?
There's been an accident, miss. Miss Barnes, you're in the hospital.
Yeah, that's Jane.
Mr. Houston has been taken into custody.
Oh, so she didn't kill him, but
Why?
oh,
You're
that's
on the
even
lookout
worse. He's
for
gonna
the
be
owner of
locked
a
up
red
his whole life.
1986 Mustang. He tried to run down Omen at the beach this afternoon. Don't you remember him chasing you with his car?
Yeah, she just set him up to take the
Yes.
fall.
I remember.
Well, I'm afraid Tom Houston has suffered a complete mental breakdown. He believes his dead wife's soul was in that car. Is it true that you and he have recently formed a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Miss Barnes, who can say what triggers something like this? Guilt? Grief? Maybe the guy just didn't want to be happy.
I like that they brought that back around from the
The
beginning
officer
too.
turns to leave. Becky's on top.
Officer, what happened to the car?
Pile of junk went straight to the dump.
Good.
Yeah, so if Becky's soul is
Later,
transferred into the
Becky's
car, she's
released
just
from the
gonna get scrapped.
breathes
That's
in the
awful.
cool night
She did not deserve that.
Feels the breeze on her skin. And
It's
heads
just such a
home.
tragedy because she was such a terrible
Tim is
person as the
awoken from a
car,
restless sleep by the sound of
and
his
she just
bedroom
took
door
away
creaking
both
open.
Tom and Becky's
He rubs
lives.
his eyes and calls through the dark.
Dad?
And then poor Tim.
Sweetie. Dad went away for a while, but don't worry.
The light on Tim's nightstand switches on. Becky sits on the edge of the bed, and Jane smiles.
Yeah.
Mommy's home.
That's so terrible, man. That was a really good episode, though. That was a good story. Yeah, Jane it seemed like she had to have been like evil beforehand, or not evil, but very manipulative and verbally abusive at the very least, and it just kind of like amplified it. I love the B-roll that they choose for these two. That they have very good selection.
The web wants power, power over you.
Yes, it's
From the
really
heights
pretty.
of her lonely tower, she flies at the early dew. I can hold her just for so long. In the web I spin and loom. But a witch is a witch if you allow her to have power over you.
This is so beautiful sounding.
The witch in the web is scary, but only
so intrigued already with this whole witch in the web thing.
She has buried
Oh, yo. What was it? That
just you
who was it from Black Friday? Hannah and Webby. So if we're doing witch in the web, is that gonna be Webby? Like, are we gonna finally figure out what the hell Webby is? I'm so intrigued by that. This honestly takes me back to like early 2010s when I was doing a lot of music festivals. I did a lot of I don't know how I somehow amassed a pretty sizable hipster fan base, so I did a lot of folk festivals in the early 2010s. And this is taking me back to like that period. It has a very nostalgic folk sound that I'm loving.
That means I know her well.
It's just a very
Certainly tests my patience
calming
from a
sound.
black and white cell.
And I love these lyrics.
Keys now, but that's not me, oh no. See, a witch is a witch for a reason. Until you let her go.
That is such an intriguing line. I really want to see what's going on with this.
Slam! The door to Hannah Foster's room bursts open, and her mother, Pamela, comes storming in.
Nanners, you got any idea what time it is?
Hannah stops strumming and looks up from her ukulele.
Nightmare time.
It's 3 a.m. I got a date bright and early with my future husband, so shut up.
Pamela rips the instrument from Hannah's hands.
No!
Bad girls don't get to keep their little guitars.
Pamela hobbles for the
I
doorway
remember
on a
Lex
broken
was,
foot, her heavy
kind of
cast dragging her
implying how
in. Hannah stops her, pleading.
toxic her home
Please.
life was.
I have to keep singing or I'll forget the songs.
Pamela slams the door behind her. Defenseless and alone, Hannah lays back on her beat-up old mattress, pulls the blanket over her head, and waits
She
for the
seems a lot
nightmares.
more, I guess,
The next
communicative
morning, Pamela
than
plants
she
herself in front
was
of the
in
TV
Black
as
Friday.
her favorite show began.
This is Morning Cup of News with Dan and Donna.
Hello again, Dan. You miss me? I'm gonna marry you one of these days, you beautiful bastard. Just wait until you get a load of me. Hey, Nanners, bring them beers in from the icebox, huh?
Hannah stands in the kitchen nook of her mother's rundown home, exhausted from another restless night. She grabs a half-drank six-pack from the fridge. On the TV, Dan Reynolds flashes that winning smile.
Good morning, Hatchetfield. This is Dan Reynolds.
And I'm Donna Daggett. As the leaves fall and the jack-o'-lanterns light up, we know around these parts that can only mean one thing. Just a few short months until the Hatchetfield Honey Festival.
That's amazing, Donna.
You're amazing, Dan. Hey, Nanners, I want to be alone with my man. Go play outside.
Just being so
What?
creepy right now.
I don't know. Go find some dog turds or something. Here, knock yourself out.
She tosses Hannah a beer from the six-pack. Hannah inspects it, shrugs, and heads outside. Pamela
She
turns
is
back to the TV.
Even worse
melts
than
into the
they made her
recliner.
seem.
All right. Where are we going today, Dan?
Outside, Hannah sits on the metal steps to her front door. She stares out into the Hatchetfield Witchwood, the forest that's bordered her home all her life. Lately, however, something has changed. Almost as if the Witchwood itself has woken up, and it's calling to her. She cracks open the beer and takes a swig. looks up to a tree. She nods to it awkwardly, like a wallflower at a school dance.
So, what's your name? That's pretty. Huh? Can't hold who?
Hannah leans closer to the tree, trying to hear what it's saying. But its voice is drowned out by vroom. Hannah looks to find an old station wagon pulling up beside her trailer. From it emerges Douglas Keene, aka Duke, the social worker assigned to assist the foster family. He sees the girl talking to a tree.
Hannah?
Hiya, Duke.
Hey, darling. Just came to check. What you got there?
He points to the can in Hannah's hand. Knowing she could get in trouble, she decides to play dumb and shrugs.
Where did you get that?
Mama?
She inside?
No.
Did she tell you to say that?
Uh-huh.
Let's go have a word with her.
Inside, Pamela is also playing dumb.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Keene. I cannot believe Hannah would just steal one of my beers. I taught you better than that, right, young lady. If you're gonna drink someone's beers, you gotta throw them a few bucks.
It just seems to be a pattern here. Miss Foster, first Lex gets caught with your pills, and now Hannah with your alcohol.
I know, Duke. I gotta make it so hard to be a single mother, huh? If only I had a man around to help me. Hold me.
All right, Pamela. Look, you're not going to be holding on to Hannah at all if this keeps up. You want to lose her? Like you lost Lex?
Don't get my hopes up, Duke.
This is not a joke,
She
Pamela.
is so terrible.
I found
man.
Hannah talking to a tree.
Jamie is killing
needs
it
to be
at
mentally
playing these like
engaged with something.
just completely
Where is your ukulele?
reprehensible ass characters in this episode.
The instrument you took from her.
Me? Take from that old child?
Yeah, that's what she says.
Well, we have already established that she is a lying little turd, so...
Pamela retrieves the ukulele from the cupboard.
I was just cleaning it for her. Here you go, Nanners. You little tattletale.
Hannah sees the instrument. A look of concern washes over her when she realizes.
That's not mine.
Yes, it is.
It's wrong.
No, it ain't.
Just give Hannah her ukulele back.
You think I got money for 2 of these? This thing keeps me up all night. She won't stop just playing. How am I supposed to get my beauty sleep?
Don't play past 9, Hannah.
With the instrument returned, Duke heads for the door. He's stopped when Hannah explains.
It's the wrong color. Mine's white.
What?
In her hands, Hannah holds a black ukulele.
Mm.
Duke turns to her mother, but Pamela shrugs. She couldn't care less what color the thing is. Duke turns back to Hannah
That's
as
interesting.
her eyes go wide.
It's only black in my dreams. In nightmare time. Is this nightmare time too?
Elsewhere in
So it's creeping
an
into the real
aerobics
world.
VHS tape from the 1980s plays on a vintage television set. On screen, the coach instructs.
All right, girls, pick up those knees. That's it.
An old corded wall phone rings. A mysterious woman stops her workout, pauses the tape, and throws a towel over her shoulders. Miss Holloway picks up the receiver and puts it to her ear.
Hiya, Duke.
Hey, darling. I see you've taken your first tenuous steps into the 21st century.
How's that?
Well, you knew it was me. Finally caved in and got yourself a caller ID, Miss Retro.
That's some fancy detective work.
So, you busy tonight?
Douglas Keene, are you asking me out? It's a school night.
Yeah, and I gotta wash my hair, but, this isn't about us. There's a 14-year-old girl named Hannah Foster. I think she might be in need of your expertise.
This
Later,
feels very
two cars pull up
X-Files.
to the Foster residence. The old station wagon and a 1987 Pontiac Firebird. Duke's hand
I
wraps
love
on
the idea
front
that
door,
she's just like
and Pamela answers.
somebody who's just completely
Hello
stuck
again,
in the
Pamela?
past.
This is Miss Holloway.
Miss Holloway smiles politely,
Like the hair and
turning up
everything.
the collar of her baggy jean jacket.
She's the specialist I told you about?
What did I say? Hannah don't need no specialist. I'm a good mother. I have never taken my daughter to a doctor, so unless you got a court order, I'm not letting this shrinky dink into my home to poke around Hannah's head.
Duke sighs, raises his brows, and turns to Miss Holloway.
You're up.
Miss Holloway leans closer to the screen door that stands between her and Pamela. She places a hand on the doorframe and starts tapping as she speaks, rhythmically, hypnotically.
Miss Foster. Pamela, was it?
You don't know me.
No, I don't. But I do know you haven't been sleeping very well. Neither has Hannah.
Her voice is melodic. It echoes in Pamela's ears.
Up at all hours of the night. Heck, must be a battle just to keep your eyes open right now. You want to sleep, don't you, Pamela?
So she got some sort of ability.
With Hannah sleeping well, you can rest too.
So it's more
Deeply,
X-Men than
peacefully.
X-Files.
Isn't that what you want?
She finna recruit Hannah.
Why don't you just let us in so I can help Hannah?
Okay.
As if in a trance, Pamela opens the screen door, letting Duke and Miss Holloway inside.
Now go sleep on the couch.
Pamela sleepwalks to a sunken old sofa and flops face first into the cushions. She's already snoring. Duke watches, in awe. He can't explain the things Miss Holloway can do, so he won't even try. He just shakes his head and smiles.
I think I'm in love with you. You know that?
Wouldn't blame you.
Later, Hannah sits on her dilapidated
Yeah, I feel like he
Hugging her
ain't
knees.
joking right there.
Miss Holloway is on the floor beside her. She takes in the tiny room. The room Hannah once shared with her older sister. Electric lights hang from the ceiling. There's a map of California pinned to the wall. Miss Holloway smiles at the young girl.
Hello, Hannah. I'm Miss Holloway. I'm a friend of Duke's. I work with children. I help them with problems that adults might not understand or believe.
She sees the black ukulele propped in the corner. She picks it up and addresses it fondly.
So, Duke tells me that your sister gave you this? I used to play music too. A long time ago.
It's not mine. She switched them.
Your mother?
No.
Miss Holloway sets the instrument down.
Is it Webby? It seemed like she was cool
Hannah,
with Webby in the
can you
other
tell
one.
me about Nightmare Time? When did it start?
And this is the last.
When Webby went away.
Oh yeah, so
At the
so
sound of
Webby's
the
gone. So it's got to be
Miss Holloway
the last Lord in Black then maybe.
Hannah, is Webby a spider?
Sometimes. Sometimes she's a girl. She used to sing to me. I have to play her songs every night, or I'll forget them. I'll forget Webby. She wants to get rid of
So
Webby.
is that what happened with Lex? Because
And
she had that same kind of power in Black Friday, but or similar power. She could reach into the black,
Witch.
the witch.
What witch?
a witch in the web.
Okay, so
Outside,
the witch in the web is
Duke
not
hands
Webby.
Miss Holloway a
It's
cup of
some sort of
coffee.
evil entity.
They lean on the
So yeah,
remnants of
it
an
has to
old
be the other
wooden
Lord in
fence
Black.
and breathe the
But yeah,
crisp
so Lex
autumn air.
had that ability, but
As
she
the
didn't
sun
remember
softly
she had it.
sets, Duke explains.
So I guess she stopped.
Alex and her
Singing
boyfriend
Webby's
got picked up
songs.
selling her mother's painkillers. Ethan got 2 years. Lex
Since
got
it was
5.
her.
That wasn't her first offense. And that was 3 months ago.
Yeah, so they're locked up.
3 months.
That's crazy.
I bet that's when Webby went away.
What?
When the nightmares started.
Hannah and her sister, they were close. Lex was more of a mother to her than that charming woman. In
Yeah,
fact,
so the ukulele
Lex
was
told me
Lex's
that it was
first.
her mother's idea to sell the pills. Lex later denied it in court. I think she was afraid of leaving Hannah with no one. So, maybe it's some kind of trauma that's keeping the kid up at night.
Duke, I don't think this is like the others.
I'm sorry if y'all hear the
I think
train in the
Hannah might be in
background.
some very bad trouble.
Well, can you help her?
I'm gonna try.
That night, Miss Holloway strikes a match.
You know,
and
so
lights a
Hannah
large
really
candle.
is just on her
The
own
flame
pretty
illuminates
much.
Hannah's darkened room.
So, Hannah, you say there's a witch in Nightmare Time. She's the one that wants to get you?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you can promise to keep a secret, I'll tell you something. I'm a witch too.
A good witch?
Most of the time. Tell me, Hannah, Nightmare Time. Have you ever seen this?
From
Yeah, so I
inside
feel
her
like that's
bed,
not just her trying
Miss
to
Holloway
comfort her,
retrieves
because
a
if she's
small
got these
something
abilities,
wrapped in a tattered shawl. Hannah recoils as the layers of fabric are peeled back to reveal a book. Bound
so it's
in
gonna,
black.
yeah, that same book that
Hannah
Buddy
has
was reading
seen
in the
this
recording.
dreams, and she knows to fear it.
Why do you have that?
It's okay. I keep it safe. It's called the Black Book.
It's bad.
Do you know who the Lords in Black are, Hannah? They're Webby's brothers. They have
Okay,
followers.
that's
I think one of them is in your mind. But we're gonna get her out.
okay. Yeah, so it
Miss
is the
Holloway
last
begins
Lord
to
in Black.
open the
That's
Hannah winces.
fucking with her.
No! There's nothing good in there.
Hannah, sometimes things aren't black and white. Sometimes we have to use something bad to do something good.
It all has a price.
I know.
Yeah.
I can pay it. Let's just say I have very good credit. Hannah, you have to go into Nightmare Time.
That is asking so much.
Don't worry. I'm going with you.
As the candle burns, a sweet mist fills the room. The electric lights twinkle. Hannah lays back in her bed and closes her eyes. Miss Holloway flips through the thick old pages of the black book, settling on one displaying the spell she needs. She takes a deep breath and taps softly on the book's cover as she guides Hannah.
Relax. Focus on the sound of my voice.
This feels so sketchy.
Drift down. Deep down.
Like, I don't feel like Miss Holloway is evil, but I
Very good.
feel like she's very.
Now, fast asleep, Hannah stands in
I
an
guess
endless
she
black
is like overestimating the ability
Her
to
eyes
help,
open when she
or
feels
she's
someone take her
underestimating
hand
just how
gently.
bad
It's Miss
this
Holloway,
Lord in Black is going to
smiling
be.
at her.
See? I told you I'd be with you.
Yeah, shit's about to hit the fan.
Now, I know Nightmare Time can be scary. But you have to remember, Hannah, This is your mind. No matter what anyone here tries to tell you, you are in control. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
All the power here comes from you. And you are very powerful, Hannah. Okay?
Okay.
Now where's the witch?
That way.
Hannah points. They're suddenly at the edge of a vast forest, but not one of trees. Instead, hundreds upon hundreds of people jut up from the ground.
Finally seeing why
Roots extending from their
he's been
legs
wearing a
into
cape
the
this whole
earth
time.
Like twisted wooden veins. A heavy fog seeps in. Hannah and Miss Holloway set
It's
off
giving
into the mist.
Quasimodo right now, Liz.
As
Just
they
what
pass
it's
these
remind me of.
statuesque figures in this human
Like-
forest, some of them turn to him.
Like if you've ever
trying to
seen a
warn him.
stage play of The Hunchback, that's what him with the cape is reminding me of.
Hold her anymore.
Can't hold her. So they've been trying to keep whatever it is
Three
at bay.
people. The men with hatchets put them here. They all had a touch of the gift. Some of them didn't want to be planted, but the hatchetmen did it anyway. Their roots made a web. The witch was stuck, but now she's not.
Stay out, Hannah. She'll get you.
So now we gotta
Hannah,
figure out who the
don't
men
stop.
with hatchets are, because that's a
They
whole
press
nother
on,
aspect of this.
deeper into this strange wood. Soon Miss Holloway begins to notice the attire of the tree people they're passing has become dated. They reach one girl dressed in an oversized vintage tee, bearing the logo of some 80s pop star the whole world's forgotten.
This girl, her clothes are old.
They get older the deeper you are. Casey was planted in 1986.
The tree girl, Casey, turns to Miss Holloway in a ghost-like daze.
Can I have your autograph?
We have to go back further. Much further.
Hannah and Miss Holloway pass people dressed in clothes from the 70s, 60s.
I feel like that has to play some part
Decades
later
roll
on,
by
right?
until they find
Because
individuals who
Miss
look
Holloway
like they're
mentioned
from the
that she used to play
1800s.
music before,
Hannah
and she's
stops.
very stuck in the 80s.
This is as far as I've come.
And the girl in the 80s clothes asked
don't
for
know
her
their
autograph,
names.
so that's got to come back into play at
They're
some
so
point,
old
right?
they forget how to tell me. We're near the center.
The whole concept of the tree
witch is
people is so
close.
chilling, though.
Then let's keep going.
Miss Holloway holds Hannah's
Like
hand
the
tightly as
men
they
with
step
hatchets
beyond
planted
an
them
invisible
there.
threshold.
And they didn't want to be
Into a
planted, but
place
they
in
were
Hannah's
planted
mind
anyway.
that's dangerous,
That is so
unknown territory.
terrifying.
Their feet fall through the fog and crunch unseen leaves.
Especially because
Before them,
there's
in the
zero
distance,
like
ramshackle,
information past that, so
rotting
it's so
hut.
just up in the air.
The witch's hut.
And the roots created a web to hold the
Billows from
witch.
a-
This is so
from
crazy.
a crooked chimney. All around, the tree people spring to violent life, pointing and screeching. Freezes, resisting Miss Holloway's pull.
I can't do this.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Just
Don't let
the
go.
whole picture they're painting is so good.
The tree people's jaws unhinge and their mouths open to an unnatural size. Their insides glow.
Bro,
as
I
they
would
let loose
die
a
to see like a
fear-piercing,
full
cat-like wail.
film
Wind
production
howls.
of
Miss
this.
Holloway's grip on Hannah starts to give.
Don't lose me.
Like the way they're describing it is so chilling.
Miss Holloway! Miss Holloway!
His hand slips from Miss Holloway's fingers. She's pushed to the ground by a gust of cold air.
See, I knew something like that was gonna happen.
Thickets of dry
Like she's
brush.
underestimating
Lands
just
with a
how wild
thump
it is in
on the
there.
floorboards of an old wooden courthouse.
You.
Hannah looks up to find a village worth of angry townsfolk leering over her. The citizens of Hatfield, circa 1824. Two men grab her arms and yank her to her feet.
No! Let me go!
She's dragged to the bench of a decrepit old judge. He points to her with a spindly, spotted finger.
Willabella Muckwab, you vile creature. You who have danced with demons. You who have penned the abominable tome with the blood of our children. You have been
so the
found
Black
guilty
Book
of
is
the
written
crime
in
of witchcraft.
child blood?
You shall hang from the neck until you are dead.
So they put Hannah in her place. Is there like a familiar relation that she's tied
What
to?
will one day become the Witchwood Forest? She's staring at a rickety platform. A noose hangs down from a beam up above. The townsfolk take hold of her and push Hannah toward the gallows.
So if they're in Witchwood Forest, which that makes sense. So the tree people in
Hannah's thrown onto the scaffold.
Nightmare
In
Time,
the
would
back of
that
the
be
crowd gathered
like
to
the
watch
same
execution, one woman
kind of like
stands
the
out.
upside
Hannah
down
can make out the
version
jean
of
jacket
Witchwood
with the
Forest?
sleeves. It's Miss Holloway calling to her.
Hannah! Hannah!
An executioner pulls a rope around Hannah's neck as the judge cries out.
Never shall she plague this land again. This land we paid for with blood. Her immortal soul shall rot here, and the roots of the wood we plant shall ensnare her evermore. Bought paid for with our sacrifice.
Miss Holloway desperately claws her
So
way
that's
through
what
the
set it
mob.
all into motion then.
Hannah, you have to take control. You're giving them the power. With it, they can kill you.
But the illusion is too strong. The witch in the web has Hannah caught in the memory of her own death. The executioner takes hold of the lever, ready to release the trap door beneath
That's
Hannah's
so
feet.
wild.
The innocent must suffer.
She's put you in her place.
The
Yeah, like
guilty
I'm
must
so
be punished.
confused if there is like an actual
not
connection
the witch.
between them or not.
You must taste blood to be a man.
At the judge's signal, the executioner pulls. The floor beneath Hannah falls away. Miss Holloway hurls herself at Hannah, catching the girl midair. The two of them go crashing through the confines of Hannah's mind. Neon lights flash, bulbs burst. Then, quiet. Miss Holloway and Hannah land on a dusty, dirty carpet in a large, dark room. They sit, brushing themselves off.
Are you all right?
I got scared.
Well, don't next time.
Solid advice.
Hannah, I know you're afraid of the witch. She shows you things. Terrible things. She wants to trick you. She wants to hide and make a big, loud noise. Why do you think that is? Because she's afraid of you. She's dead. You're alive. You're much more powerful than she is. She knows that. She wants that power. Don't give it to her. Remember that when we go back.
I don't want to go back.
We have to. It's not safe here.
Where are we?
I had to get you out of there, Hannah. I did the only thing I could. I put you in my mind. This is my nightmare time.
Hannah looks around. She and Miss Holloway stand in the aisle of a crumbling, abandoned theater. The Starlight Theater. From the shadows, a writhing, withered husk slithers into view.
Be careful.
Miss Holloway touches Hannah's shoulder, cautioning her not to get too close. This thing is a mass of flesh, Three emaciated forms welded together, dragging themselves along with 6 bony arms. 3 hungry mouths cry out.
Oh, that is just awful.
What are they?
3 girls I couldn't save.
Damn.
Girls like me?
No, Hannah. Nothing like you.
Miss Holloway points down the aisle toward the empty stage. Beyond it is a door with a neon exit sign glowing above.
Look. There's the exit. We need you to go through it to get back to your mind. Hold my hand. There are bad things here.
Hannah takes Miss Holloway's hand and follows her down the oddly long aisle. Around them is decay and debris, and moonlight shining through holes in the roof. The rows of ripped-up velvet seats seem to stretch off into nothing. From the nothing, Hannah can hear voices calling to her. Hannah.
Over here, my little star.
What shaking banana? Banana split? Banana pudding? There's 1,000 ways to eat a banana!
Hannah tightens her grip on Miss Holloway's arm.
This is your nightmare time.
Yeah,
Why are they calling to me?
that's kind of wild.
Because I don't listen to them.
Hannah tries to ignore the voices as well, until she hears one that stops her dead in her tracks and makes her blood run cold.
We just keep running into each other.
Oh,
don't we,
shit.
Hannah?
She whirls around. Suddenly, Miss Holloway is gone, and Hannah stands alone in the center of the barren stage.
Yo,
Miss
I
Holloway?
was not expecting her to
Holloway!
encounter Wiggly.
It's then that Hannah realizes she's not alone. Carved into the stage beneath her is a strange symbol. Beside it, pinned to the floor by a black blade, is a rotting skeleton. Hannah backs away, only to find she can't cross the boundary of the etching below. It begins to glow around her. Green light streams up through the floorboards of the stage. It hits the skeleton, and the dead thing begins to wriggle and twist. It reaches an ossified arm to its ribcage and wrenches the black blade free from its resting place. The heap of bones rises to its feet. Life returns to the corpse in a flash of neon green. What now stands before Hannah is a man with greasy black hair, a gnarled smile, and an all-denim.
That's crazy.
How you doing there, Hannah?
I love that we're getting him back as the villain. Fuck
Who
yeah.
are you? How do I know
That
you?
just got me hyped.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Hungry?
From behind his back, the man produces a sound.
Why would you bring a green apple?
He tosses it to Hannah. It reaches her. When it reaches her, it's rotten, crawling with maggots. She drops it in horror. Splat.
Ew!
She looks up, and the man is now inches away. He grabs her arm.
You're one slippery little banana peel, you know that. But I got you now.
Yeah, because if Nightmare Time is connected to the black and white,
To waste.
then
In his
they're
other hand, he
outside
holds
of
the
space
black
and time, so they're in
raises
like
it high
outside of
above
the universe,
Hannah's
so
head.
they're
Let's crack it open and see
familiar
what's
with
inside.
all of the universes.
He brings the blade down, but Hannah is gone. He whirls around to find her safely clutching the arm of Miss Holloway.
Oh, I thought Hannah was starting to be able to
You can't
control
hurt
it.
her. You're dead.
Am I? Am I though?
Well, I should know. I killed you.
Only about half the time. The other half, I mopped the floor with that head of you. I ate your heart.
Yeah, so in
I took
all
your
the different
jacket.
universes.
Fits me better anyway.
So in this universe,
Pops the
she
collar
beat
on
him,
Miss
but
Holloway's jean jacket,
they're
which is now
outside of the
jumped to his
universe.
body,
So he's,
completing his
since he's in the
ensemble.
black and white, he's familiar with all
What
of
are
them.
you talking about?
Ask the kid, she knows. You thought you stopped it, but it shattered when she came. didn't it, Hannah? She sees it all. Every possibility. That's why her mind is so vast, so powerful. That kid is a battery. No, she's a nuclear
Okay, so she's not connected to the witch in the web, but the witch in the web is drawn to her. That makes
You're
sense.
a nightmare. That's all.
So it's
Now
not
with her
causing her
around,
connection with nightmare time, but it's
that
like a
was
byproduct of it.
Whoa! 200 years the ghost of that old witch couldn't do much more than spook a few trick-or-treaters on Halloween. Now she is a very busy woman, setting up shop in Hannah's mind. Pretty soon, Hannah's body will be her permanent residence. You know, that sounds like fun. Slipping into someone else's skin. Maybe I should give it a try.
Back in the waking world, Pamela Foster's
He is
eyes
so
burst open.
good
Like a puppet on a
as a
string,
villain,
she's
man.
lifted from the old sunken sofa and silently bobs into the trailer's kitchen nook. Duke sits watch outside Hannah's room, but he fails to notice Pamela sneaking up behind him. Wham! She knocks him out cold with an iron frying pan. In Miss Holloway's Nightmare Theater, the denim-clad man advances on her and Hannah.
Think about it. A real witch. No offense, Miss Holloway. The first disciple of Wagag author of the Black Book itself.
Okay, so
paired
that was
with the most powerful psychic mind in the history of reality.
okay, so Wagagirat,
That's a
that's
match
Wiggly.
made in
So
me.
Wiggly
Well, I
and
don't want
the
to
witch created the Black Book.
Hannah, we're out of time. You gotta get to the exit. They're not gonna let me go with you. Go now, Hannah, go!
Miss Holloway points Hannah in the direction of the backstage
Damn,
door
so
with the exit sign up
she's
above.
about to
The girl
sacrifice
runs for it,
herself
leaving Miss Holloway to square off
so
with
Hannah
her
can
old enemy.
be safe.
Well, well. Together again. You and me. The
I
old
mean, she had a
Dukaroo.
50-50 shot.
It's a grudge match.
He said he won about half
Uncle
the
Whitey's
time.
back for another round and a shot at the belt. Back off. I got a knife.
You mean this knife?
In her hand, she now holds the black blade.
She used his trick on him. That's a good one.
Miss Holloway tightens her grip on the blade's hilt, ready to defend herself. But the denim-clad man makes no move.
You come back just to talk?
Miss Holloway, you know me. You think I'm gonna fight you head on your turf? I don't want to get my ass kicked in front of these gorgeous girls. Hey, ladies.
The six-armed, three-mouthed lump of undead tissue crawls onto the stage like an enormous screaming insect. Miss Holloway stays focused on her opponent.
No. I'm gonna cheat. Hey, you got a frog in your throat?
Suddenly, Miss Holloway can't breathe. Back in Hannah's room, Pamela Foster looms over the sleeping Miss Holloway, strangling her neck. In the nightmare theater, Miss Holloway
that's
trembles and
fucked
struggles
up.
in vain, gasping for air. She drops the black blade and falls to her knees. The denim-clad man pounces. In an instant, his hands are wrapped around Miss Holloway's throat, too. Just as Hannah is about to reach the exit, she turns back.
Miss Holloway!
The man looks to the three-mouthed monster.
What are you waiting for? Go get her!
The thing lunges forward and bolts for Hannah. As it reaches her, Hannah closes her eyes and screams. From the girl, a pulse of psychic energy explodes. The six-armed thing is tossed into the darkness like it's nothing. The mental shockwave blazes
Oh,
forward,
she's about to see
splintering
that
the
she
stage floor,
has more
cracking the
power
entire
than she
theater in
expected.
two. The man in denim sees the blast headed his way. Huh? Boom! He's thrown from Miss Holloway. In the waking world, the psychic eruption flings Pamela across Hannah's room. Smack! She cracks a mirror that hangs on the wall. Discharged from her own nightmare by Hannah's immense power, Miss Holloway wakes to find Pamela out cold on the floor. Duke stumbles into the room, holding a nasty bump on his aching head.
Are you alright?
That's crazy.
Miss Holloway nods.
What about Hannah?
And she's still
Up
in
to her
there.
now. Either she's gonna wake up, or the witch will.
How will we know?
Well, the witch kills us. That'll be a big hint.
Unable to
That's,
get back to Hannah's mind,
I guess,
Miss
something to
Holloway
look
kneels
forward
next
to.
to the sleeping girl and holds her hand. Hannah
Damn,
finds
so
herself
Hannah's
lying
just
in bed.
trapped in there now.
Sunlight pours in through the tiny window.
But I guess
Her
she's
eyes
back in
follow.
her own nightmare time then, right? Since Miss Holloway's awake
The
now.
room is clean and tidy, and somehow brighter than it's ever been. She looks around. There's no sign of Miss Holloway or Duke or even her mother. She sits up, unsure what to think. Then the door opens, and a smiling face peeks in.
No.
Lexi!
Why would they do this to us?
Hannah's sister, Lex, steps into the room with outstretched arms. Hannah runs to her. They embrace.
I'm back! Let me go! They took Mom instead! It's over now, okay? Now we can stay here together forever.
Lex swings her backpack from her shoulder. The pins on the front sparkle in the sunshine.
Look at all this stuff I brought you!
Lex unzips the bag and pulls out a veritable treasure trove of wonderful things, piling them all around, filling the room.
Toys, games. What's this? A puppy. I'm gonna call you Spot.
Lex
This
hands
is
a happy little
so
dog to
messed
Hannah.
up.
He licks her face and wags his tail. She giggles, sets him down, and looks around.
Where's my... Didn't you give me something else?
What? This isn't enough for you?
I used to play it. It helped me remember a friend. What was her name?
It's the witch. Ain't
You want some?
the witch is impersonating
What you got
Lex,
for
ain't
these
it?
guys? I got a whole set.
Yeah, she's
Lex
trying to make her
removes
forget.
5 dolls from her bag. One with a mask-like face, leaking blue goo. A purple one with a huge eye. A yellow one.
I
with a head
need
like a
all of
goat.
these. These are so dope.
A pink one
Oof,
with a mouth for a face.
that is such a terrifying look.
A green one with fur and tentacles. Hannah sees them and knows who they are.
We haven't
Those
seen the
are
mouth face one, have we?
Her
Is that the
brothers.
new one?
They're bad.
I don't recall seeing
Who
that
told you
one.
that? That nasty little spider you think is your friend?
Yeah, it's the witch. It's not Lex. Well, I mean, I knew it
Well,
wasn't Lex,
You've
but
already established she's lying.
I thought it was like an
bird.
illusion. But
Outside,
no, that's like
sunlight
just straight
fades.
up the witch, ain't it?
Lex leans over the dolls, coveting them, worshiping them.
The world is theirs, Hannah. All the worlds are theirs. But right
All the
here,
worlds.
these can be ours. All you gotta do is agree to stay here, okay? Deep down in Drowsy Town.
Hannah backs away as Lex's voice begins to shift and crack.
I'm not a monster, like they all said. You're my own blood, Hannah. The daughter of my daughter's daughter.
Okay, so
and
she
my
there
daughter's
is
daughter.
the familial relation
Not
between the witch
Lexi.
and them.
It's you.
This thing that's not Lex lurches forward. Her back bulges up into a spiny hunch that scrapes the ceiling. The electric lights above the bed pop one by one. Dark muck drips down the walls as they crack and crumble. The not Lex grabs its face and pulls. shakes.
Oh.
Its skin mask peels away, revealing haggard gray features
That's-
and a toothless, joyless
Yeah, I
grin.
need to
Hannah
see like just
stands,
a
trapped
full visual
in nightmare
production of
time.
this, because her
Face
going
to
just
face
straight like
with
other
Willabella
mother
Muckwab,
transformation
witch
sounds like it would
in the
look so
web.
dope.
He gave you the choice. You could have had your sister. Now you will have nothing.
The witch inches closer, dripping and stinking. All around, Hannah's room slowly chips away, leaving the stone walls of the witch's hut. The hag reaches out an enormous clawed hand and strokes Hannah's cheek.
Your bones will be mine. Your blood will be mine. And your little mouth. And I'll shit out your ass.
The fuck?
Hannah turns from the grotesque rotting woman, and
It
something
just took
on
it
the
from
crooked
really,
mantle
really
catches her eye.
terrifying to just
It glimmers in the
absurd
firelight.
in the best way.
Hannah's ukulele, polished and pristine, almost glowing. For an instant, Hannah's fear is forgotten when she remembers what the instrument means
Yeah.
to her.
So that
Her love for her
connection to
sister,
Webby.
her connection
can
to a
protect
friend
her.
whose name she can almost remember. Seeing it makes Hannah feel powerful. Then she realizes, in nightmare time, a world of dreams
You know what the
and
wording
symbols, the ukulele
of his
is
narration is
Raphael.
reminding me of a lot is
That's
Welcome
why
to
you
Night
took
Vale.
it.
Like the way that
Hannah
it's worded.
pushes past the witch and runs for the fireplace. The witch lunges after her.
I
Her
don't know
spiny
why
hunched
exactly,
back
but
scrapes the
this
stone
particular
wall,
part of the episode
sending
is
a spray
really
of
reminding
sparks
me
through
of
the
Welcome
hut.
to Night
Her
Vale a
talons
lot.
lash. Hannah dives for the mantle.
You took it from me, and you hid it in nightmare time. But it's mine, not yours. I have the power.
Her facial
Grabs the
expressions are
ukulele
killing me right
and
now.
lifts it high above her head. She radiates psychic energy.
I have the power.
Witch pounces but can't stop Hannah from swinging the ukulele with all her might. It hits the stone wall and smash. The witch's hut explodes into a million pieces. Boulders, bricks, and debris fly off in every direction. Willabella howls as her stronghold in Hannah's mind crumbles away, falling off into nothingness. Soon, all that's left is Hannah, the witch, and a woman with long,
Yo,
white
we're finally getting to see Webby.
Webby.
With Hannah's power fully restored, so too is her connection to Webby. The cosmic being smiles at Hannah, then turns to the witch.
Hello, Willabella. You've been hanging around my brothers.
My lord, my king, your king, bitch!
Close your eyes, Hannah.
The vocal cracks and
covers her
squeaks
eyes.
are so perfect.
Webby bends down over the witch, who cowers in fear.
You were gonna hurt my friend. I'm going to destroy you now. A ghost? No more. Just be gone.
Webby puts a finger to the witch's forehead, and it starts to flake away.
Yo, just the calmness
The witch
and
screams as she crumbles to
effortlessness of that really reminded
After
me of
200 years,
the
Willabella
Sandman comics, from Neil Gaiman. Like
satisfied,
just how
Webby walks to
effortless it is to just
and lightly touches
erase
her shoulder.
her like that.
Wake up, Hannah.
That was actually really dope.
Hannah's eyes blink.
And now she has her connection back.
She's back in her room. Her real room. Duke and Miss Holloway look to her.
Hannah? I found her. Webby's back. Nightmare time is over.
Duke sets Pamela back on the sofa. She's still out for the count.
What about her?
I have a hunch Pamela's gonna wake up feeling very guilty. She's gonna confess something that's been weighing on her conscience. She might go away for a while. But I'll tell you what, Hannah. What if, somehow, Lex came home?
Really? Ethan, too?
I'll see what I can do.
Outside, the sun is rising. With her work here done, Miss Holloway heads for her 1987 Pontiac Firebird. Before she goes, she turns back
I'm
to
getting
Hannah.
very specific with the vehicles in this episode.
You know, I help a lot of kids, and I always give them something when I go. A reminder of the warriors they become. Here.
From her bag, she produces a navy blue Hatchetfield Nighthawks baseball cap. She offers it to Hannah.
It's imbued with the power of Grayskull.
Yo.
As long as it's on your head, nothing can harm you.
That's
Hannah
so
takes the hat,
interesting to have the hat come
puts
back
it
in this
on,
universe too.
and spins it backwards. Miss Holloway smiles, winks, and waves to Duke. She gets into her car and revs the engine. Duke puts a hand on Hannah's shoulder, and the two watch Miss Holloway drive off through the witch world.
Hey, we're back to those dope synths that just sound so smooth. Oh, fuck yes. This is already a vibe.
Why do you haunt me like a ghost?
This is a really good episode too. Like,
You're supposed to love
there was
me.
so much in it. This was such a dense one. But man, I love
Got me in the
the direction they went with this, and just expanding on Hannah and Webby's connection and her ability to go into nightmare time and go into the black and white like that. And yeah, this was a really good one. This is one that I'm gonna have to watch again later, just so I could fully process, because it feels like there was so much being thrown at us in the second half. And I'm also gonna have to come back and listen to this song again, because it's so fucking good. It's such a good song. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm just trying to process everything. This is such a good one. I really want to see more of that last Lord in Black, because I feel like we didn't really. I don't remember seeing anything on the one with the mouth. So I feel like we still have to see that one. And that one was the, what was it, Nibbling? I think that one was the Nibbling Nephilim or something. Because I don't think we saw anything with that one yet. Oh, I like this little breakdown with the effect on the voice. This is so dope. Yeah, we've seen all of those, but I don't remember seeing that one. Yeah, this part of the song is so good. Oh, I love just having everything just drop like that. That was such a brilliant choice musically. Alrighty, so that was episode 3 of Nightmare Time by Team Starkid. There is so much that I had to process with that one. I had to run that one back because there is just a lot of very dense lore in this episode. It was so good. It was so intriguing, just the world building of it. This is one that I do feel like is hurt by the format, just because there was so much visual imagery painted in this one that I feel like if I was able to see it, it would and I feel like it might just be a me thing, it might just be the ADHD thing. I feel like if I was able to see it and visualize it the way they were describing, it would have sank deeper for me. Like, I really enjoyed the episode, but I feel like this is one that really needed a visual depiction. Like, if there was any world where we could just get this one, half of episode 3 to be fully produced and filmed like a straight up short film, it would be phenomenal, just because of how much detail they put into the description of everything that was happening. The imagery that they painted was so eerie and so terrifying that I genuinely feel like it would be so dope if we were able to actually see it fully visualized. But aside from that, the story was so great. I love the way that Hannah was able to overcome the witch and the witch's whole, Coraline other mother transformation sequence, and the choice that was made for her voice was just perfect. Like, that screechy, high-pitched, like cracking voice was such a good choice for the witch. There is so much to think about, so much to talk about. So please, let's discuss it in the comments. I really enjoy talking to y'all about this, and I really enjoy seeing your interpretations and kind of bouncing off our different takes between this. But yeah, this was such a fun but also really, really interesting episode. Please make sure that you go to Team Starkid's page, like, subscribe, comment on the original video for episode 3 of Nightmare Time. That helps them out a lot, and helps them keep making really dope stuff. Please support the original creators. And if y'all enjoyed this, please like and comment and subscribe to this channel as well. It really helps me as an up-and-coming creator. But thank y'all so much, and I'm really looking forward to getting in the comments with y'all and discussing this, because there was so much in this episode. We need a full discussion. So thank y'all so much, and I hope y'all have a wonderful evening.
Feeling the sky falling, clouds burn around our heads.